there was a lot more to my transformation than a physical transformation. Lifting weights did a lot more for me than shape my body. Okay, the 100 pounds that I lost, I would put back, I would give it back if it meant that I could maintain what I learned through lifting weights. Now, you may or may not resonate with this, but hopefully you have something in your life that resonates with at least some of what I'm talking about. So these are the things that lifting weights did for my life and did for my mindset, and that it taught me. While we're talking about lifting weights, I do want you to check out my new channel as well. Okay, this new channel is my workout and fitness oriented channel. So there's gonna be supplement reviews, there's going to be workouts, follow along workouts, anything that has to do with fitness and working out, so that this channel can be focused on the nutrition and the biochemistry like it was set out to do, because I don't want to diversify too much. So please check that new channel out in the description, but also in the comment section. And after this video, check out Thrive Market. Okay, they are my online go-to grocery store for just about anything health food related. So when it comes down to my keto goodies, my paleo goodies, whatever it comes down to, or snacks for my kiddos, I utilize Thrive Market mainly because it's easy and it's economical for me. I'm busy, I have a family, I run a couple of businesses, I don't have time to always go to the grocery store, which sounds so cheesy, but I don't. So if I can utilize Thrive Market and get it delivered to my doorstep, or better yet, when I'm traveling and I want to have certain things show up at the hotel or show up at my house or Airbnb, wherever I'm going, it makes it so easy. So check them out down below in the description after this video. Lifting weights taught me that what you get out of life is largely a reflection of the work that you put in. That's said a lot, and I get that. But that input-output relationship has absolutely changed how I look at business, it's changed how I look at my family, and it's made me realize that any result that I want, if I put the work in, whether it's by working smart or by working hard, I will get it. Plain and simple. If I lift more weights, if I inflict a little bit more pain and discomfort, I will probably get a better result. It was that simple. There's nothing beyond that. There's nothing that doesn't compare to with anything else in life with that. It's always going to be better if you just work a little bit more towards something. It taught me that if my relationship with my wife is hurting, it's usually pretty simple. I'm not putting in the work. If my business is suffering, I'm not putting in the focus. And lifting weights honestly taught me that. Before, I thought it was always just kind of a smash and grab and you got lucky sometimes. I learned that success doesn't really matter in a lot of ways. You have to remain humble, because even when you feel you get success, it doesn't really mean anything. And the reason I say that with lifting weights is 50 pounds will always be 50 pounds. 100 pounds will always be 100 pounds. The iron will never ever lie to you. You are up against something that is static, it is not dynamic, it is not changing, it is there. And no matter how good you get at accomplishing or lifting that weight, it's still the same weight, and there's always going to be a bigger weight. So you get good at lifting 100 pounds, there's always going to be 110 pounds. And you may not realize it, but that's something that it drills into you. It humbles you because you can't win. You're not going to win against the iron. You don't try to fight it and get angry with it. You embrace the fact that you need to push harder if you want to achieve more, yet you still remain humble. I learned in a world where I can't control things and I can't control the vast majority of what's in my life, that I can control my body to some degree. I can control what I put out. And I would try to manipulate things and change things to mend the world around what I wanted. I realized the one thing that I have control over is my body. And lifting weights taught me that. It taught me that I had the ability to change something just by tweaking one little thing. And it gave me a lot of comfort and a lot of just control, knowing that I could at least do that. I learned that even though lifting weights for me was something I did as a lone wolf, something that I wanted to be typically alone to do, I thoroughly enjoyed the brotherhood and the camaraderie that came along with it. And I learned that wanting to be alone just to be in a dark dungeon gym is the worst idea ever. Because even if you're training alone, the support, the love, the relationships that you have that allow you to do what you do are so important. And you realize after training and lifting weights for a lot of years that those lone wolf periods in the gym are just a catalyst. It's not the end result. It's not what you want out of life. It's a means to an end, right? It doesn't get you the overall fulfillment that you're truly after. It's just there as part of it. One of the biggest things that I learned is that it doesn't need to be complicated to be effective. how much more simple does it get than lifting something up and putting it down? But it can be one of the most effective, most dramatic changes that you make to your life. And that has translated into everything in business. The moment I try to get complicated, the moment I try to find and outsmart the competition, I realize, you know what? Simple is always best for me. I am not the smartest person out there. But just like Will Smith said, if you put me on a treadmill next to another person on a treadmill, either that person's getting off first or I'm dying. That's just the way that it works. And it doesn't need to be complicated, but it indeed can be difficult. And I learned that through weight training, and I learn it every single dang day. I learned that I suffer from addiction. I learned that I have an addictive personality, and I learned that weight training kept me out of alcohol, kept me out of addictive things. That's all there is to it. I get addicted to weight training. I get addicted to working out, and I consciously choose it. And it's made me aware of that. Prior to that, I don't think I understood that I was an addictive personality. It keeps me clean. And I know for a lot of people out there that it is their key to sobriety. It is their key to staying clean. It is their key to being off the streets. And if anyone ever tries to take that away from them, then it's a serious problem. And I know a lot of us are experiencing this right now because gyms are closed and people feel that. And I see it. I see it a lot. So reality is, yeah, it's a void fill for a lot of very bad things that would otherwise be there. It taught me that things get broken before they get better. They do. Your muscles break down and then they come back bigger and better. Sometimes it takes a little bit of pain. Sometimes it takes breaking things down. Sometimes it whittles you down to the core before you can actually build yourself back up stronger. But it's a metaphor and it sounds cheesy, but it makes perfect sense. And I think you probably agree. And lastly, it reminded me and taught me that anger is okay. And anger can be a great motivator. Because even though you walk into the gym and you're peaceful and you're methodical and you're trying to feel that mind-muscle connection, there's a little bit of that anger drive. Even if you don't feel it consciously, but you just kind of feel it in your body a little bit, not in your brain, that anger can get you through things. And I learned that the anger in my life and the anxiety in my life and the pain in my life could easily be channeled into positive energy in the gym. Because at the end of the day, it's your perception of that anger, it's your perception of that stress. It's not the actual stress itself. So how you twist that and how you turn it to be a better individual and to better harness that energy is entirely up to you. I know this is a little bit of a ramble, but I know you can relate. I'll see you tomorrow.